Happy Sunday, aka Fun Day. Hopefully everyone's doing great out there. Normally I don't record a video on Sunday. I kind of really keep this channel going Monday through Saturday. But I want to kind of really do a bonus video, especially before the market opens tomorrow, talking about SoFi and Robinhood. Why someone may dislike or rather hate SoFi and Robinhood. There are a lot of reasons out there, but I want to talk about one really good reason for these two companies that have made me, or I should say SoFi has made me, a tremendous amount of wealth. Robinhood is a little lagging, but I very much look into the future. I'm a very forward thinker, and Robinhood is definitely going to be a gem of mine. I know that I'm going to be making a lot of money with investing into Robinhood. But I want to talk about those two reasons. As always, if you enjoy my content in today's episode, smash the like button. It is completely free. If you could do me that big favor, I appreciate you. Not to mention, I'm going to try to keep this video below 20 minutes, maybe even 15 minutes. I respect you guys' time. If you want to subscribe here, please do so to keep seeing my videos. We're almost at 100 subscribers here. I do run other YouTube channels. One of my YouTube channel has over 200,000 subscribers. It's not stock related, and I have not advertised this channel among my other YouTube channels as well. So anyone on here is probably coming from the stock realm. I have already found out that a couple of my gaming viewers actually found this channel, which I'm very happy that my content's actually reaching people. Okay, SoFi and Robinhood. Man, I am a SoFi raging bull. I talk about SoFi a lot. This YouTube channel was not supposed to be like one stock primarily, but I'm going to be invested in SoFi for the next decade here. I'm 37 years old. Going to be probably, I mean, when I'm 47 and you're talking about 2036, the entire world is going to be different. The world is going to be different is because the boomer generation is going to be, it's going to be, they're going away. I don't mean to say that disrespectfully. It's just the reality. Generations die off and new generations emerge into the workforce, also into the money investing infrastructure. Gen Z is actually very much in tune with the stock market. And the reason being is because it's a lot easier to actually buy stock today than it was 20, 30 years ago. One of the reasons why I never got into the stock market in my 20s, 2007, was because, well, Robinhood really didn't exist. And then when Robinhood platform really launched, it was still, I want to say, not really a popular thing, like among very much like people in their 20s, like mindset and stuff, right? I got into the stock market during Rona because I saw the opportunity of a friggin' lifetime, and I really wish that I got into the stock market in my 20s. My entire life would be different, but I don't dwell on the past, I dwell on the future, and I'm a forward thinker, and I highly encourage everyone to be like that. If you've made mistakes before in the past, hey, they're mistakes. You got to move on. Try not to make the same mistake twice or three times, and you move on with your life. We all make mistakes. I'm not God. You all aren't God. We're not perfect. We don't have any divine powers. We're just human beings. But with that same notion here, a lot of people are very much more actively engaged into the markets. That's a good thing. What's going to end up happening over the course of the next 10 years? Well, you're going to see a lot more people wanting to have a bank like SoFi, a all-in-one stop where you can do everything. And you basically set up an ecosystem where you can get a mortgage, you can get a personal loan, a student debt refi, you can trade crypto, you can have a brokerage app, you can have money services, etc., 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 right? It's a all-in-one shop and stop. I'm pretty sure I just butchered that. But it's yeah, I definitely did. Oh boy, I apologize. My brain's a little sleepy today. Um, Once you are in the ecosystem of SoFi, the amount of services and products to you is amazing. During my 20s, I worked my ass off and I accumulated a lot of money, but I just kept it in like my bank account. I didn't keep it in a SoFi bank account. I just kept it in like a savings account. And honestly, did I beat inflation? Hell no, I didn't beat inflation. You don't beat inflation by keeping your money in a like savings or checking account. It doesn't work like that. I have a military background. I did over 15 years in the Marine Corps. Went out the medical retirement route now. Had a really bad gym injury, but I'm done and I do my primary banking at military banks. Believe it or not, SoFi offers me better rates than my military banks. It's crazy, right? Unbelievable. And the fact that SoFi can do this, they are such a disruptor in the banking sector. So, for me personally, yes, I do have a SoFi checking and savings account. I'm actually very much moving a lot of my life over to SoFi because I can very much see SoFi just very much having a very big part of my life on a lot of their products and services. So to really go on the other side now to Robinhood, why did I choose Robinhood over any brokerage app? Because it was very easy to use. Okay. Besides Robinhood, you got Webull. Obviously my public account challenge on this YouTube channel, it's a Webull account. Webull has always been kind of like my day trading, my very aggressive swing trading account. However, now I've turned my Webull account into pretty much a second investing account. My private profile is on Robinhood. That is primarily straight in investing as well too. But the whole thing about it is that Robinhood to this day is very attractive over Webull. A couple other brokerage apps out there. You got E-Trade, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, Moomoo, I think is also another one too. But overall, Robinhood is so friggin' easy to use. It's very user friendly. You can get someone on the phone like instantaneously, and it's extremely. It just makes you feel happy. Like, I look at my Robinhood account on my laptop over here, and then I also have Robinhood on my tablet and my cell phone. It's easy for me to use. I can log on. I see how much, my account is worth. I don't have to move around a little bit, kind of like Webull. Obviously, Webull is the OG day trading platform, in my opinion. But Robinhood is just very easy. So what's going to happen in the next 10 years? Well, in the next 10 years, the boomer generation is going to be on the last span of their life. And you're going to have the Gen X basically take over. A lot of the Gen X are very much like very more tech friendly than a lot of boomers. And I don't mean to be disrespectful. Please don't take it that way. I'm just being straightforward, and I'm speaking the truth here. My generation, the millennials in 10 years, a lot of millennials are gonna be close to retiring. So in the next 10 years, like millennials are gonna be there. Gen Z is gonna be the equivalent of like me right now. Then you have Gen Alpha, which is gonna be even more tech, friendly. So over the course of the next 10 years, looking at places like SoFi, looking at places like Robinhood, the vision is unbelievable because Robinhood, in my opinion, is a disruptor company in the brokerage app areas because of how friendly it is. I remember that I was actually doing my undergrad, and one of the classes that I was in was a marketing class. I'm a marketing major, and one of the projects I was doing back in 2017, 2018, actually, I think it was actually a little sooner, 2016, One of the classes I was taking was comparing Android, the Samsung Galaxy phone to the iPhone. And the reason I've stuck with the iPhone is because of the friggin' blue text. Yeah, that's right, you hear me. I have the balls to admit it. The blue text has kept me aligned with Apple. I just love how the blue text look. People love how Robinhood looks. People love how SoFi makes their life just easier. So, the main argument of SoFi gonna be amazing for the future and Robinhood is because it makes people just feel good. I'm not the only one that's talked about this, and I'm not the only one that feels about it. Now, let's go ahead and dive into some fundamental analysis here. Because you can't just talk about how a company makes you feel. You also got to look at their fundamentals, such as their growth, their revenue, and everything. And SoFi and Robinhood, they're exploding. And like I said, there are two disruptor companies in their areas. They also go head to head, I will say that, because if Robinhood is very much going to be in like a fintech realm, you also have SoFi maybe butting heads with them. Is it good? Is it bad? Well, I'm in both of them, so I mean, at the end of the day, I really do think that both is gonna very much prevail. So, a lot of people hate on SoFi pretty much on this area, okay? Pretty much on the area about how SoFi is a bank, and you hear this a lot from the perma bulls. No matter what SoFi does, perma bears are going to say this. People that are always going to be bears. Hashtag never SoFi. That's what those people are. SoFi haters. Hashtag never SoFi. A lot of people who make these arguments, believe it or not, are people that invest into banks. Hold on. Water, cheers. Oh, man. I already had my coffee this morning, so I'm a little revved up here. I have a good friend. He actually watches this YouTube channel, and he thinks that I am batshit crazy. Because he looks at my profile, and I've also shown him my private profile, private profile as well, too. My private profile, well above six figures. His private profile, well above six figures, too. The thing about it is that he is on the opposite side of the market. What my friend does is he'll go ahead and buy ETFs. Is that a bad thing? No, but that's what his game plan is. He buys ETFs. What else does he buy? He actually owns precious metals, okay? He also owns them tangibly and also owns some precious metals as in here on the market. What else does he buy? He buys dividend stocks. What else? He buys stocks like Walmart, Costco. He'll go ahead and buy like bank stocks. Why does he do that? Because that is his strategy. And that's his fundamental point of view. I'm a growth investor. I'm a firm believer in trying to beat the S&P on a year-over-year basis and also beat inflation. That's my ideology, and that's where I stand. If you follow me on this channel, that's what you're going to get for my content. It's all about what you want to do in life. However, the people who hate on SoFi tend to be people that are very much invested into the opposite area, such as banks. Now, investing into banks, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Well, you tell me. Because if you were buying banks in 2002, 2003, 2004, and even 2005, you made bank. Yeah, no pun intended there. You made bank because banks were going up like crazy. Now, after the great financial crisis, recession, banks plummeted, and you could very well have gone murdered if you were in Citigroup. I believe Bank of America got boop, boop. Obviously, JPM prevailed. But I mean, banks will give you a dividend. Banks were once deemed as like, hey, you can't go wrong by investing in them. But look at SoFi on a year-over-year basis here. Their lending grew by 15%. Their technology platform, Galileo. Now, this is going to eventually take off, okay? The bull argument, all the bulls, including myself, believe that their tech platform is going to take off. But their tech platform still grew at a faster rate than their lending, okay? Now, their financial services here is big, okay? Really big. Year-over-year growth is 78%. If we see another 78% growth, it can be massive. I mean, imagine if we just maintain a 78% growth rate on a year-over-year and we close next year with 257, a 78% growth rate, in the millions. That would be looking at potentially maybe like 400 million. Okay. So by the close of next year, if we continue these growth rates, their financial services are going to be like neck to neck with their lending. But I do believe that their lending is going to explode with lower interest rates and when the housing market unfreezes. Now, is this a good thing or is it a bad thing? We can sit here and we can talk about this a lot. And yeah, I see that we're over 15 minutes now. I apologize. Just a lot of information to really cover here. But SoFi is not necessarily just a bank. And that's what a lot of haters say, is that SoFi is just a bank. Find me a friggin' bank that offers financial services. Their financial services department is growing 78% year over year. Find me a bank with a tech platform that's growing and going to be continuing to grow once we close on a lot of deals. Okay? Sure, their lending area right now obviously is bigger than their tech platform and financial services, but we continue these growth rates, we're going to see the tech area just massively explode, okay? So the bear case right now is that they're just a bank. They're just a bank. That's all it is. And why invest in SoFi when you can buy JPM, right? And why would you risk it? Why would you risk it? Well, you got to take some risk in life, but you also got to do your due diligence too. Now, Robinhood here too. This is what I'm looking at personally for this upcoming earnings, and a lot of other people is. So I'm looking at member cash spending. I don't care necessarily about, like, let's say maybe so Robinhood, all I care about is that their current members are continuing to spend money in C deposits. There's going to be a time where Robinhood is not going to accumulate any more new people on their platform. Why? Because there is only X amount of people that they can really get. 2022, when Meta went through their massive, crazy downward spiral, I remember one thing that made Meta sell off is when Mark Zuckerberg said in a meeting, a conference call, hey, we are experiencing a massive slowdown on new users. Everyone thought the company was effed in the A. Everyone thought it was over, right? Yeah, how did that work out? There's going to be a point in time where their member growth is going to slow down. What do you do during that? What do you do when you no longer can have like analytics going up? You then find ways to go ahead and strengthen money from the users that you have. And that's what Meta has done. Meta offers people on their products so many different things. People are spending money on Facebook, Instagram, on businesses, promotions. It's like, hey, do we really need new members? Let's find ways to go ahead and keep people depositing money, keep people upgrading to gold accounts, keep people using different services left and right. And that's what I primarily care about, their growth in Robinhood. And that's where I think it's a strength. You go from an analytical business model to now a more subscription-based business model, if that makes sense. So Robinhood, I'm going to be looking on their earnings about their monthly net deposits. As long as that is going up, that's bullish in my opinion. Gold cash sweep too, and also total cash sweep. Are they spending money? That's going to be very big, and that's what I'm looking for. As long as they have that in their earnings, we got nothing to worry about. Are they going to go down after their earnings? Well, SoFi triple beat, they went down. Every other company that triple beat, they went down. If the trend is going to continue to Robinhood to go down, I mean, hey, I'm going to be a buyer here. So I just really wanted to make a fun little video today, pretty much bashing on a lot of haters around SoFi and Robinhood, because a lot of haters will go ahead and use the argument SoFi is just a bank and Robinhood is just a typical brokerage app. That's not true. That is not true at all. Okay, SoFi is not just a bank, and Robinhood is not only just a brokerage app. They're going to be doing a lot more in the future. So that's what I care about, and that's what's making me accumulate more shares of these phenomenal companies. Could I be dead wrong? Sure, yeah, anything is possible. And that is why you must continue to do your due diligence. But here's the catch on a closing note. If Anthony Noto sways away from what SoFi is currently doing now and also in the future, my fundamental basis and also my price projections will change. And at that point, that's when you have to go ahead, be a man or grown woman and say, hey, the vision changed for these companies. I got to start exiting. Can that happen? Anything is possible. Can it happen to Robinhood? Anything is possible. Can it happen to SoFi? But as long as these two companies continue to do what they're doing, in my opinion, we're going to have a great next couple years and also for the next decade as well, too. All right, everyone. If you enjoyed today's video, definitely smash the like button. Like I said, I'll see you bright and early tomorrow for a new video. Hopefully everyone's safe, staying warm, and later.